Okay, so we're going to explain to you what you need to do when you have a flat tire on one of the Amazon Prime Dodge Rams. So first things first, you need to go get your toolkit. Your toolkit is located right underneath the passenger seat. You can pull that out and has a clip to open it. You're going to find a couple key pieces. You're going to have your jack, you're going to have your wrench, and then you're going to have one specialty tool, a small little piece right here, and that is going to be used to take down the other tire. So we're going to show you where you're going to use that in just a moment. Okay, so you got your three pieces right here. He's got the jack. This is where you're going to go for the front tire. Right underneath.
Point specific for jacking.
So just that piece right there only. Do not try to put the jack anywhere else. You're going to have to turn the crank to get it set up. This jack has never been used, so it's going to be a little more. There we go. You can see how he's turning it.
And out of traffic, preferably.
All right, so now you can see he's got the piece jacked up. Now, one thing very important, make sure you are on level surface when you do this. You should also have your emergency parking brake on.
And flashers.
And your flashers on. Stay out of traffic while you're doing this. If you're not in a safe spot, don't do it. All right, once you've gotten a little bit further along, that's where you need to take and actually use a little bit more leverage here. It goes through, turn, pull it through again, turn, pull through again. Okay, so now you can see he's gotten it high enough. You want to have a little bit of room, maybe about a ½ inch underneath the tire. Now you're going to go and take the same concept and you're going to loosen up every one of the bolts. You are not taking the hubcap off. The hubcap is actually kept on by the bolts.
Pause it yet? Ready?
All right, so these are not easy to turn. I am telling you this now. You have to put a lot of force into them to loosen them up. You should see you're gonna have a total of 5 of these to take out. Okay, so once the last one comes off, you'll see the hubcap comes off. Very important on these, much different from what you're used to on a regular car. There are actually 2 keyholes on there. You can see the first one here, second one down there. The tire has to line up with that. They're not 180 degrees, they're slightly off. So if you don't put them in correctly, you will not get it on. So, and this is what it should look like afterwards. Now, next step, we gotta go get the spare tire, which is underneath. So on the spare tires, you actually have to go to the very back of the truck and you're gonna have to look underneath. And there is a very small, hold on, let's show them where it is. You can see, go ahead and take that out. You can see that one little spot. You're gonna put that small little piece that you had before I showed you at the beginning, and it's actually gonna unscrew it. You have to turn that and it'll lower your tire. You can see now your tire is coming down. Okay, so on this, it's actually going to be set so it's underneath the tire is a piece that you have to basically pop off. You can see this piece, you have to turn it sideways and push it through the bottom of the tire right there in the center. And that will, once it goes through, which is through, you can put the tire down and then you can pull the tire out. And now that can actually come out completely. And then you'll want to make sure that little piece, you actually tighten it back up so it's not dragging along the road afterwards. So make sure you do tighten it. You're not going to want to put the bad tire underneath again. It's just going to have to come down again. Ready?
Yep.
All right, so continuing, here we got the spare tire here. Now again, very important to realize you have those 2 pins right there. Make sure you focus on matching them up. A lot of times it's easiest to sit back and use your feet to actually hold it in place, and you can push in matching up with those pins. You can see how he aligned them just right. If you have it sometimes 180 degrees off, it will not line up. You're going to make sure you put in the hubcap and then hand tighten the screw at least to get it in on each one first. You're not going to do very tight. You definitely don't want to drop your jack yet. You just want to get them in there so you don't destroy the threads. Once that's done, then he's going to use that to tighten it, just to get them on first. And you're going to go each one, you do across from each other, not next to each other. You want to make sure it aligns itself. So once done by hand, then you're going to use it to torque it a little bit to get a little bit tighter. And same thing, you're pushing that bar through, give you more leverage.
That's it.
All right, and then after that, you just have to go back to your jack, and you're basically going to turn it back to counterclockwise and lower it down. From there, you're good to go. Okay, so you saw for the front tire, when you have a back tire, the location of where you want to put the jack is a little different. It is going to run right under here.
Right in front of the leaf spring.
So right here is where you're going to wind up putting it. You can see you got the little hole, same thing. So that piece right here will go right into it. Again, right there, coming zooming out. You can see the tire. Like so. Okay, so when it's completed, you can, like I said before, right over in here, you can see it. And then again, giving yourself some clearance underneath the tire. You got about 1 to 2 inches. Just always making sure emergency brake is on, otherwise the tire will continue to rotate. Lastly, always on a flat surface. Do not do it on any sort of incline. This will fall on an incline. It will fall on you, will injure you. Flat surface, and always in a safe location as well.